is Jeremiah. So today we're actually going to do the false slot workshop kit. Okay, I'm going to just briefly go through with you on the items that we pre-packed for you, and then further describe it to you while I'm doing the video. Now this basically the leather we will be packed in there. Next up, this is the glue spreader, and along with the rough leather. Next up here we have the burnishing gum, okay, along with the cotton bud, sandpapers. So two different grades of sandpaper. I'll explain it to you later on as well. And the cloth, along with the thread and needles. If you have a lighter at home, you can actually get your own lighter and all, because the lighter we won't be providing the lighter. Yeah. Okay, so for the first step, we're going to go on to burnishing. So where are we going to burnish? The placement on the edges here. 1, 2, 3, and 4 over here. Okay, for these areas that we're going to stitch, right, that will be on the later part. Okay, so firstly, open up the gum. Okay, usually I will use my pinky to dab, but I mean, if you guys want a clean finger, then use this. But for me, I'll just go straight down to it. Then what I'll do is that on the edge here, I'll start dabbing. Try not to spread too much. Just a bit will do. Something along that line, and then you use your index finger and then go through like this. Sometimes I actually feel like putting more at the back here, so that when my cuts go out, right, it wouldn't make the back of the leather rough. So once it's done already, okay, the next thing we're gonna need to do is just use this cloth. Okay, and I need you to actually wrap your index finger with this cloth, like so. And then we're gonna do the burnishing using this cloth. So how we're gonna use it, right, is basically point your index finger in like a 45 degrees angle at the edge here. So we kind of press down the edge. Okay. For this back of the leather, you can see the rough portion here. Can you see? Okay. Now I need you to actually feel for the direction of the fiber. So let's say downwards is smooth and then upwards is rough. Can you see it? The fiber coming up? So you go up like this, you can see the fiber, right? So you go down, it's smoother. Okay, so now we go on to the smoother area and downwards. So downwards motion only. Try not to go up, but just downwards. See, just one direction will do, onto the smoother direction. Now flip it around onto the leather surface. On the leather surface, because it's smooth, right, you can actually go up and down, doesn't matter. Okay, then finally go on to the edge here and do this. Okay, and there you have it. It's a very nice smooth edge. It's quite shiny, right? Yeah, so we're gonna go do this, I mean all the edges that I explained to you. Okay, so for now we are done burnishing, so we're going to move off to the second step. The second step is going to be gluing. So before we begin gluing, right, we will need to make some indication on where are we going to stop gluing and where are we going to stop sanding. So in the previous step, right, I actually forgot the nail filer. Yeah, the nail filer. The nail filer can be actually used for the leather crafting as well. Okay, so the nail filer purpose, right, is to actually sand down the edges that we're going to actually apply the glue, so that the contact glue will actually work well with the sticking. So if let's say the contact glue goes on the smooth edge of the leather, what happens? It will not have a proper strength or bond to actually stick the leather, stick both leather together. Now, so we're actually going to make the indication like this. Put the leather alongside, like so, and then use the needle over here to actually draw a line. Just make a mark. Can you see the mark here? Okay, subsequently here as well, something like this. I'll just bring it close up to the camera, it's easier this way, something like that, and then draw a line. You can see from there. Okay, next thing here as well. Okay, just make an indication here and an indication here as well. Okay, now next at the back as well, over here, put them together. So for this side here, right, we will have an additional one hole here, so it's actually quite easy to mark and you know where to stop. So here you draw a line. Next. Okay, so the indication will be here. Okay, yeah, just 4 holes below. Okay, in between the 4th and 5th hole, you will draw a line. Same thing, likewise, 4th and 5th hole. Same thing here as well. 4th and 5th hole, 4th and 5th hole. Now for this one here, it will be here, just below 1 hole here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna head on to a sorry, not stitching, but sanding. So for sanding, right, we are actually going to sand a U shape here. You can see for this piece, it's going to be like this all the way down until here. Okay. Likewise on the other side as well. Try not to sand above. So I'm going to teach you how to actually do it. Now you take your nail filer. Okay, your nail filer have a smooth and rough side. Okay, now take the most rough edge and do this. So for this rough edge, right, we are actually going to use your index finger here. Just put your index finger at the stop line here and start sanding it down like this. So to actually avoid sanding more than you actually should. So once you actually go here, you can actually do this as well. Sanding down here as well. So you put your finger here and you can actually go as fast as you want so that it acts as like a stop line for you. So something like this. You can flip over to the other side as well if you want to. If not, just grab a pair of scissors here and you can trim out this edge, the part that you actually use. Okay. Just on the edge only. Try not to go over the whole area. Like this. Downwards here. Just up, down I will do. You see, like some parts, right, it starts to get blunt really, so you just have to cut it away and then continue. So what we actually want to achieve from this, and or rather how good it should be, is something like this. So it will be lighter from the leather. So you can see the dark shade and the lighter shade, and then you touch it's a bit rough. That was good for the glue to actually eat in to the leather. Okay, so on this side as well, just finishing up. So you're just going to go sand onto 2 pieces only. This, I mean, basically just these 2 pieces. So here, U shape, like so. Okay, then we're going to do on the other side as well. And the rest, right, you don't have to actually sand. Okay, because basically all the back areas are roughed already. Yeah. So once you have done sanding on the 2 medium pieces here, the U shape as well as the other one. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start gluing. Okay, so pick up your glue, the rough leather and glue spreader, and if you have a tissue, right, just bring it along with you because we need to actually clean out some glue excess away. Now here you just ooze a bit of the glue out. Okay, not too much, just like this will do. And how do we actually apply this? Just dab a bit, okay, like so, and we start spreading it out. So spread it outwards. So for the each here, right, just be very careful not to go more than that. So this glue actually dries up pretty quickly, but don't worry about it. When it dries up, right, it actually helps in the bonding of the both leathers together. It's contact glue actually. So when you apply the glue, try not to actually put it into the holes. Okay, like for example, this one, this is actually a wrong move. If you want to get it done, you can actually use the needle to poke through so it clears out here. Okay. Now next thing, the smaller piece, U-shape as well. Just apply the glue all around. Okay, see the glue, it's actually getting dried up already. What you can do is you take a piece of tissue, clean the excess away here, okay, and start dripping more glue here. The gluing process is pretty quick. Don't need so much time to get it done. So both sides done. Let it dry a bit. Once it's dry, right, you will see it's clear. It's not like this. Okay, it's all clear. And once it's clear, you can start putting them together. And the alignment must be good. Okay. So here, take a look. It needs to be from one point to another point, and it's flat down. Like so. Okay, on the other side as well. Once the alignment is right for all three corners, 1, 2, and 3, you can start pressing it down. Okay. If the alignment is not right, you're going to have a lot of time stitching, not stitching, but sanding later. So press everything down. Once you're done, right, use your index finger to erase the excess glue away. Yeah, something like this. Do not use the tissues because if not, it will get stuck within the glue area. Okay, just use your finger. Your index finger is good enough. Just erase. So here, done, done, and done. Okay, on the other side as well, we're going to do on the other side. And then once we're done with both sides, we are going to glue this part here. Can you see the indication that we have done? The previous video that I showed. Here, all the way down. U-shape as well. Same thing here as well. U-shape. So when you apply glue on this side, it's the whole entire thing. Not the burnishing part, okay? This part here. U-shape as well. And then once done, stick them together. Same thing. Make sure the alignment is correct. Okay. Then press them all together. Okay. After this, we will start stitching. Okay, for the third step, we get your needles, your thread, scissors, and we're going to start stitching. Okay, now once you're done gluing and everything, right, it should actually look like this, all flat. Okay, and then you remove the excess glue using your index finger or your thumb, whichever. Okay, all around. Yeah, so the alignment it should be good. If the alignment is not good, like I said, you're gonna have a hard time burnishing. Okay. Now for stitching, how much thread is needed? Usually, I will take the measurement from here all the way down here. Same thing like the U shape again. How much of a thread is needed is about 4.5 of the length. If you want to be more cautious, you can actually go 5. So I'll do like this. I don't really take like exact measurements, just based on my estimation. Something like that would be good. Yeah, just a U shape around. Then from here on, I'll just duplicate to 4.5. Okay. And 4.5 like this. Take scissors, cut it away. Remember, get a sharp scissors, okay? Okay, now we have two ends here, right? So in one end, in both ends, right? Okay, we will need both needles to actually go through. So here, one end, one needle, hook it through the hole, like so. Flip it around. So the pointy part faces upwards. So here's the pointy part, and then something like this. So you just drag a little thread outward though. Okay. Next thing what you need to do is just take this end here, the shortest part of the thread, go all the way up to the pointy part, like so, you can see, all the way up, and then you pierce through the thread using your index finger as a support. So like this, push it. So here you go, I'll show you a close-up. It's pretty easy. So you put the thread into the needle hole, put it through. Okay, so make sure you pull it a bit out like this, about approx 6 cm or so. Okay, and then you bring it all the way up to the pointy part here. So the pointy part of the needle you face upwards, and then after which you will leave about like 2 cm gap here and pierce through. The pointy part will pierce through the thread here. So use your index finger as a support. Okay, you can see the thread. The thread is already being pierced through using the needle. Okay, so you can see like a D or C shape that you have formed. Okay, now next, you bring this part here, this top portion, down all the way here. Make the D or C shape smaller, like so. Okay. Next, you hold the shortest part of the thread, which is the area here. Okay, and you put it down, all the way down. Okay, all the way through, like this. Okay, so we will proceed on to the stitching. Okay, just make sure that when you're stitching, I usually have a default position when I'm holding this. So my default position, it's like this. Okay, the cut section portion. Okay, and I'm gonna start stitching from the left corner all the way down to the right side. So there's two portions that you have to stitch, one side here and the other one will be here as well. So we will go on to clockwise direction. So from left to right all the way through. Same thing, like when we end here, we'll start from here and then go through here. So you have to prepare actually 2 sets of threads. Okay. Now I start off with the first hole. So the first hole is not this hole here, it's this one here, remember? This one here, you can see. Okay, pull through. Make sure the both lengths of the thread is aligned. Okay, let me just pull in this way, it's easier, sorry. It's going to be out of the frame, but yeah. So make sure they are all aligned, both sides are aligned. Okay, This is the back of the ladder. Okay, I want you to use your left hand to hold it down, or if you prefer using your right hand, it's fine. Okay, you can clamp it down like this. So when we are doing the stitching, right, you just have to remember this. Okay, this will be your needle that is facing you. Okay, the needle that is facing you, which is this one, goes into the next hole. Okay, goes into the next hole, goes through the next hole, you pull down. Okay, so you have to actually give a nice tuck downwards. Okay, make sure you are holding this thread. If not, everything goes through as well. So just this one down. Okay, down. Switch over to the next side here like this. So you clamp this one down. So this one is it. This thread is the one that actually go through. So you actually press down. Next thing, using this thread here, okay, go above this thread. Okay, easy, above this thread. Now above this thread, in the back, this is the back, okay, this is the back. Make sure it goes through, okay, above the thread. In the front, it should be above the thread. Why I say this is the front, right, is because this is my default position, so this is the front. So it should be above the thread. Can you see the needle is above the thread? So once done, you pull through and make sure you give both ends a tuck. Okay, like this. Give it a nice tuck. Okay. Okay, so you just continue, you will just do the continuation all the way through. So let me just go through a few stitches with you and then try to understand it from here. So same thing, needle that is facing you, which is this whole bunch here. Needle that is facing you goes into the next hole. Goes through to the next hole, you pull down. So this one goes down. The other one should go above. So you are using alternate needles actually. So above the thread in the back, above the thread in the front as well. So go through, pull through, make sure you tighten both ends again. So this part that we are going to tighten, right? As in this part, this method that we are doing, the tightening, is very crucial because if let's say you do it, you don't do it, it's going to be loose. The thread will it's not going to have a nice thread sitting, but it's going to bulge out quite ugly. Yeah, so same thing again, needle that is facing you goes into the next hole, goes through to the next hole, pull down, okay, give it a nice tuck down, swap over the other hand, so this needle here, the next needle, go above the thread. Okay, go through again. Sorry, I'm recording this in my house. Okay, so here again, needle that is facing you goes into the next hole. Okay, goes through to the next hole, you pull down. So you see this needle, this thread that goes down, right? It should actually point down like this. The other thread that you are holding, you have to swap over and then go under this thread, and then the next thread goes above. Okay, above the thread, goes into the next hole above the thread. Okay, so I've stitched all the way from here to here. We're just going to continue the same steps from here all the way till the end. From this hole to the next hole, basically it's the same thing. Needle that is facing you goes into the next hole, okay, goes through to the next hole, you pull down, this one goes down, the other one should go above the thread. Okay, so this needle will go above the thread. Try not to pierce through the thread. If you pierce through the thread, try to undo it by pulling the needle back. Yeah. Okay. So here we will just proceed on all the way till here. From here to here is the same thing, needle facing You will go into the next hole, pull down, and then swap over to the next thread and above the thread. Remember to pull tight on both ends when you're done with both sides. Okay guys, so here is a close-up. So once I'm done all the way from here till here, okay, make sure both ends are tightened. Okay, I'll use the needle that is facing me over here to go back into the second last hole. Okay, so when I go back into the second last hole, you poke through. Try not to pierce any threads. Okay, it should be in between the two threads that you see here. The needle should be in between both the threads here. Okay, you pull through. Make sure you align this thread over here and make them parallel. Okay, see, something like this. So once you pull through, this is done. Use this same exact needle to go back to the third hole here. Push through as well, put it through. Make sure they're in between both threads, not piercing any of this thread here. Can you see from here? Okay, through. Same thing likewise as what I've told you previously, make it parallel. Yep. Okay. So now we're done with this side here. We're going to go off to the next needle, which is here. So this needle is at the back here. You go through again, back into the second last hole. Okay. Go through. Okay, in between both threads. Pull through, make it parallel. There we go. Now pull both ends. Okay, make sure they're tight. Now take a scissors and trim it off. Okay, not too close, but just fairly enough for you to use the lighter. Let me just bring it down and then I'll show you when I trim it. Okay, something like this will be good. This is a good example. This one is too close. Okay, so like this, it's good for you to actually use the lighter to light it. Okay. So these are actually nylon wax thread. Okay. So it's already coated with a bit of wax, so you can use your lighter. Just gently light it a bit and use your fingers to press it down. You see something like this standing. Okay. And after which, we will do burnishing for all sides. Okay, guys, now we're at the last step of the 4-slot card holder workshop. The last step will be burnishing, so get your essentials ready for burnishing. The burnishing cream, the sandpaper, 2 different grades. You can either use your nail filer as well, and your cloth. Okay, now what we're going to do is burnish all 4 sides. Okay, all 4 sides, all around the card holder. Now I'm just going to show you on how we're going to do the burnishing side. Okay, just step a little. So I usually use my pinky, like I said in the previous burnishing step. If you guys want, you can use your cotton bud that's provided for you. So just gonna spread the burnishing gum evenly. Okay. Next, I'm gonna use this cloth. Same thing like what you did previously. Wrap the cloth with your index finger, go around at 45 degrees angle, and start going up and down for the leather surfaces. Okay, remember the smooth leather surface, you can go up and down. On the other side, same thing. Okay, on the surface, go like this. Okay. Next step, you can either choose your sandpapers that you have or the nail filer. Okay, so there are two different grades of sandpaper. The darker one, okay, it's the more it's the rougher one, and the smoother one will be the lighter color one. So the smoother one we will actually do it at the very end of the sandpaper, of the sanding process. Okay, now here I usually use the nail filer because it's easier to smoothen things out for a start. Okay, so just take the rough side. Okay, just go up and down. Like so. You can go at the side as well. So like a 45 degrees angle. Okay. Likewise on the other end as well. Okay. So you want to actually see it's flattened. Okay, what do I mean by flatten it out, right? You can see the lighter shade of the leather. So this is actually the lighter shade, which is the pinkish, more pinkish one than the red. So the middle one, it's a bit lower than the one on top and bottom. Okay, so you try to sand it down, and you will achieve the same color, and that will be good. Yeah, so it will be flat, flawless. Yeah. Yeah, you see here right now, all colors are the same. So therefore it tells you that it's seamless already. Okay. So keep doing until it's all flattened out. And while doing this, right, okay, when you put pressure here and then you keep sanding down, definitely there will be excess on the edge here. So for excess on the edge here, just try to sand it down as well to like 45 degrees. Try not to sand your thread, okay? Just on the leather will do. Okay, once done, tap on the gum. Okay, so once you're done sanding, put the burnishing gum on. Okay, using the cloth again. So just repeat the process here. Okay. So now you can see it's a bit much better than the previous time that the raw part that you see. So the raw part will look something like that. Okay. So this is way different from it. Okay, but it's still you still need to work on this. Now, after which you use the rougher sandpaper over here and start sanding it down. So just repeat the whole process until you find it's flat or rather seamless, and you can stop. Okay. See from here. Next, same thing, repeat the process. Put the burnishing gum. Up and down process. Okay. Like so. Now take a look at this. Another side. Okay, let's say this is done already. Okay, your final step for this will be using the smoother piece of sandpaper. So after this, okay, let's say it's done already. I'll use the smoother sandpaper. Smoothen it. So the final one, right, we will use the smooth sandpaper. The gum again, the burnishing cream. Up down process again. Okay, there you go. You may repeat this process until it's seamless. Okay. Okay. See, from the raw edge, you see something like this. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to repeat everything through all the sides, even for the edge here as well, like how I taught you on this burnishing here. We do the same thing for the edge. Okay, so you have to remember the fiber directions as well on this side here, just for this column here. Okay.